Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. Even though I'm well aware it's no longer morning pretty much anywhere in the world, it has been a crazy, busy, packed day full of lots of information and lots of reveals. And based on the newest information for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I gotta tell you, they are entering dangerous territory, and we need to talk about it because things have evolved throughout the day, and I'm concerned. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. I've actually got 2 games of concern to talk to you about today, and I'm really curious to hear what you think about all of this. So hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below. It's good, okay? Like, don't get me wrong. It's really good and forward moving, but you're coming up against some warning signs and some worry, and I just want to bring this to your attention and go through it, okay? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they got freaking motorcycles on the front cover. I'm telling you, those Dragon Legendaries are gonna turn into motorcycles. Autobots rollout is about to happen. These things are gonna transform. They have freaking wheels on their chest, and the future Violet one has the exhaust pipes, like the jet engines. You're gonna ride them. This is a huge open world, and you need something to get around, and I bet the Pokemon are gonna transform, but that's neither here nor there. What is going on is there was a big reveal. We saw the trailer, got some new Pokemon. Everyone loves Lechonk. 2 professors, 2 games, November 18th, but it's this right here that means the most, in my opinion. You can experience a new style of adventure with a world that you're free to explore at your leisure and not in any order dictated by the story. When you play tag with the greatest Zelda game of all time, there is a bit of concern. You better bring your S-rank game. An A is not good enough. When you decide to chase after Nintendo's biggest, best Switch game, I mean, Animal Crossing, Mario Kart aside, Zelda Breath of the Wild is what everybody wants to be. And it is clear that today's reveals for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Sonic Frontiers both showcase an inspiration from Breath of the Wild. A world where you take a linear franchise and move it open-ended. A world where you take a linear told story and move it so you can accomplish it in any order. A world where you try to evolve and change the gameplay to bring about a better future and bigger, more appeal for an IP. Now, Pokemon is about as big as you can get. They really don't need more exposure, but they're clearly taking a risk here. Scarlet and Violet can be accomplished 1 to 4 players in any order you want. You'll be able to trade, battle, and explore with other players. You can discover new Pokemon, explore unfamiliar areas with your friends and family, opening the door to an adventure more precious and fun than ever. More precious and fun. Now, there were some really cool shots like the outdoor gas station Pokemon Center. You got 4 different players all looking super different, all doing totally different things, trading Pokemon on the fly. That looks great. But you're taking a system and a formula that has been established as linear and saying, gone with the wind, gone towards the breath of the wild. And I don't know if Pokemon can do it. I mean, they clearly can do it, but can they do it well? You're running into something far more challenging with Pokemon because you have a JRPG system where the difficulty and the progression is paramount to the experience. Who remembers their first Pokemon game? Everybody's hand should be up. And you went through Gym 1, Gym 2, all the way to Gym 8. You got your badges, you leveled up your Pokemon, you acquired more prowess, were able to catch bigger, better baddies, and then eventually you felt supreme with a super studded team that you were able to rock out in multiplayer. How do you handle that when the gyms are just random? Now, I don't think the Pokemon Company is equipped to do totally dynamic difficulty, where it's shifting and adjusting to your progress at any moment. I just don't think it. Based on what we've seen in past games, based on where we know they're kind of at, that doesn't seem to be in the cards. That would be an advancement just beyond reality. So most likely what's gonna happen here is that you're either A, going to have 8 gyms that are of equal difficulty, or B, and I hope it's B, you're gonna have a system where Gym 1, Gym 2, Gym 3 are not tied to a set leader or team, but rather just the order you approach. So if I do the fire gym first, the fire gym will be easy and basic. And if you do the grass gym first, the grass gym will be easy and basic. And they scale the gyms based on the order you approach. The level of the leader's Pokemon are able to coordinate with the order in which you battle them. I think that is the best way to handle this. You don't really have the option that Breath of the Wild did, where you could mess with the health system and place side bosses and other opportunities to earn more heart containers along the way. Exploration could do you one better and allow you to accomplish a divine beast that was more challenging before you were truly ready. I don't know, with a traditional leveling system and attacks and HP and evolutions and all that we've come to know from how Pokemon operate, that something of that sort can work. They are battling with two divergent ideas and trying to squeeze them together. We've seen hints of Legends Arceus in this game, but we also see moments where it does revert back to the mainline Pokemon that we've known for many, many years. You see a trainer creeping around the field, Legends Arceus style, but then it's quite clear that the catch happens after touching said Pokemon and engaging in a more traditional encounter. Legends Arceus messed the battle system a little bit, right? Kind of took this two-split approach where you could go with faster attacks, more powerful attacks, and it seems pretty clear from this trailer that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will be returning to a much more traditional battle system. That's all fine and dandy, and they probably should for the mainline game, but how do you bridge such entrenched mechanics that have existed in a linear fashion for years in something that not only is going to be non-linear, but also is going to bring about 4 players? Are you telling me that we can battle gym leaders with 4 players? Are you telling me that we can do any battle with 3 players? How are they going to mitigate and balance this? And you start asking all of these difficult questions that don't come up unless you take this risk. And look, I'm telling you, I love the risk. I don't know what got into Pokemon's coffee, but they are feeling spicy. Legends Arceus was a departure. Scarlet Violet is going to be different even from that. I applaud them and I'm excited, but I think this is very tricky. I think whatever they're trying to accomplish here, I don't want this to become a snooze fest where you can play with your friends and family and it's more precious and fun than ever because you're all just running around having a good time. I think it's critical to Pokemon that there is fun, challenge, and value across the entire world. And a giant open area devoid of that doesn't do much for me. A scope and a scale is impressive only if you know how to arrange it, deal with it, and make sure the areas that you can go are all worthwhile, are all fun, and there's a sense of building as you move through the game world. They have to find a way to take this story and detach it from a linear progression, but still make the story count, still make the characters interesting, and most importantly, still make the gameplay movement from Sprigatito to Sprigatito level 2 to the final form worthwhile and engaging. And the way they do that has not been conveyed. We don't even really know what the main mechanics here are, except it's open, it's multiplayer, and things are gonna get weird. That's what we know. Yes, Lechonk is freaking fantastic, okay? And they showed off the starters in their in-game form. We saw more of the Spanish-based world, and we know that there are 2 professors, one based on sort of ancient and kind of ways of the past, and one based on future and ways looking ahead scientifically and technology-wise. The 2 legendaries fit those tropes perfectly, and I think there's gonna be a better split and a bigger choice between games than ever before. But how they handle this, we're gonna have to see. They could hit an absolute home run, or they could really screw it up. And then we look ahead to Sonic Frontiers and we say, man, this is taking Breath of the Wild and maybe really not thinking it through. I trust that the Pokemon Company has thought this through. This is Nintendo's tentpole game for fall 2022. Breath of the Wild 2, coincidentally, got booted, and so in Pokemon's like, I'm gonna stand here like a smug little bug and I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna do this open world Breath of the Wild thing as good as Zelda because I'm taking Zelda's fall holiday slot. Pokemon will inevitably sell an incredible amount, but I hope that this game is ridiculously fun. Sonic Frontiers, on the other hand, I have far less hope for. Sonic has played a big part in Nintendo lore for a long time, and Frontiers will be out on Nintendo Switch. The world is huge. The world is huge. What is happening in that game? Today they showed off a 7-minute gameplay trailer, and I have no idea what the gameplay is like. Because if you believe what's before your eyes, you will see that Sonic Frontiers is a game where you walk around an open area and solve puzzles that require the brain power of a meerkat. No slight against meerkats, but spinning a wheel to unlock the area, not very tough. walking in a little pattern on the floor. Well, they made it tough because they failed it the first time, and then they solved it. Running circles around a few little circles. I don't understand that game. It feels like a tech demo of all tech demos with graphical pop-in and debug menu wording still left in the game. It feels like Sonic Frontiers is still in its ideation phase, and that game's supposed to launch this fall. They clearly looked at Breath of the Wild and said, we want to do that for Sonic, and somewhere along the way, I think they got really lost. Now, maybe they have tons of hidden systems to showcase and show off, and there's way more to the gameplay than what they showed in a 7-minute world premiere, but that was really weird. And I went from being super excited for a Breath of the Wild Sonic to incredibly concerned that they don't understand how to pull it off. So we've got both Pokemon and Sonic chasing after Link, and they're clearly approaching it in different ways, but trying to achieve a similar feel. Open, explorative fun. They want this to be the most open, flexible, explore as you wish, and approach however you like game in the franchise. For two franchises that were very path-driven. I mean, Sonic literally on a path, and Pokemon had the routes that kind of guided you around like a very distinct path. Now they clearly show that the path is no longer pertinent, as 4 trainers diverge right from the get-go. You pop out, you meet your rival, you meet your professor, you get your starter, and boom, you're off. In different directions, different climates, different Pokemon, and the promise there is insane. I don't know what Sonic was really doing. The world was pretty, but other than that, it just didn't look that great. But how these two games tell us how they are tackling this problem over the next 6 months until release will be very interesting. And if I had to put a bet, I think Pokemon will do it, and I think Sonic Frontiers will not. But let me know, because either way, big things are afoot for both franchises, and for us and Nintendo, Pokemon, it's taking a leap. We've always asked for a leap, they're leaping. Where they land, it's still TBD. That trailer showed off a lot, but at the same time, not too much at all. We've got an idea, but what's most important is where they go from here. And hopefully we find out soon. Maybe Pokemon pops the Direct, since it's clear that there's so much more to share with us. But share with me what you're thinking in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you're excited to see what they do with these games. Scarlet, Violet, the decision is, I think, going to be our favorite, most fun decision ever. If nothing else, picking between the 2 boxes, the 2 copies, the 2 legendaries, is going to be legendary. So that alone is great. Hope you guys are all doing great out there. Make sure to stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive. And until next time, thanks again for watching. SwitchForce out.